Hello and happy, beautiful, magnificent, wonderful Wednesday. This is Chris Pickard broadcasting live from Body in Balance. Although Facebook has renamed it the Hatfield Pain Relief Centre. Well, it wasn't actually just Facebook, it was Yellow Pages. Okay, so hello Donna. First person here, and hello to YouTube when this goes up on YouTube. So a couple of weeks ago, I started speaking about energy, and I spoke about the adrenal fatigue myth. And then last week, I spoke about the benefits of ketosis and the ketogenic diet for not just energy, but for pain relief, bringing down inflammation, focus, memory, the brain, just generally how amazingly healthy the ketogenic diet is as a therapeutic diet. Not necessarily a diet to be on forever. Hello, Kate. I am very, very, very well. And hello, Anne, as well. So today, I'm going to return to, one of the magnificent 7 things, poop, right, and toxins. So, spoken about adrenal fatigue, spoke about ketosis. Now I'm going to speak, again, about toxins. Because there are so many toxins in the environment. There are at least 100,000, some people say there's about 1 million different toxins in the environment, or at least man-made chemicals in the environment that get inside our bodies, that interfere with our mitochondria, which is things that basically produce energy in our body, and they shut them down, and therefore we have less energy, brain fatigue, all kinds of things going on. And for a lot of people, they really do doubt that the toxins are out there, but toxins are being investigated, and the impact of toxins on the environment are being investigated by every single nation. Every single nation is compiling and looking at the toxins in the environment every year. The World Health Organization thinks that about 25% of world deaths are down to toxicity. They think that a huge, I think about 86% of chronic disease is actually contributed to by toxins. Every year that goes by, there are more toxins in the environment, and all we have to do is look at what the marine biologists are finding in killer whales and sharks, and how incredibly screwed up the reproductive systems in these animals are getting, and the fact that there's pollution around the entire world on remote islands, and it's in the air we're breathing, the water we're drinking, it's in the food we're eating, it's everywhere. Okay. And so denying that toxins are a problem in humans is a bit like trying to deny that the earth goes around the sun. These are simple facts of nature and of science that we know are there now. And that we have to start cleaning up our bodies as well as the outside environment. So a lot of people are going, well, how do we assess these toxins? Because you can maybe have a hair analysis for toxins in the hair. You can have there are urine analysis, there's blood analysis, and how come doctors aren't testing? Well, the simple answer is because they're so tricky to actually properly, fully detect in the body. Because yes, the liver and the kidneys are clearing them, but so is our sweat. Okay? There are certain toxins that we now know are much more favourably released by sweat than through urine or through pooing them out. And so actually when you sweat, it's actually one of the only ways you get rid of some toxins. So it's really important to sweat. This is why another reason why exercise is so good. And saunas, you sweat toxins out. Hello, Mr. Tiny Tony. and who was banned? Hello, Diane, and hello, Jim Lawrence as well. So yeah, sweating is one of the only ways you get rid of some toxins. So you must sweat every day, and that's so important. But also you've got to make sure that everything is unblocked and that you are actually doing things that can actually allow your toxins to be removed from your body. But yeah, how do you test them? Well, we know, for instance, that different fatty tissues around the body hold different toxins. So a fat biopsy around your gut may be fine, but if you take it from the triceps fold, it may be very different. A blood test will only show what toxins are in the blood, and because toxins are poisonous and the body tries to get rid of them, it will store them in fat or in bone. And you can't really easily do a bone biopsy. And in fact, a lot of heavy metals, that's where they're stored, in the bone, so they can't be tested for unless you happen to be excreting them and they show up in the urine because you're doing things to mobilise it all. So all the different toxin tests that are available are pretty poor. The only two that I use is the virtual contrast sensitivity test, which actually is an eye test, and that seems to be about 90% accurate for testing for biomolds, for biotoxicity. So it's very, very useful because it's cheap and it's effective. And then there's the meta-oxy test, which is a urine test, which doesn't test directly for toxins. It is basically trying to detect cellular inflammation, and it's much more sensitive than any blood test. But there is another way of finding out how toxic you're likely to be, or how much at least they're affecting you and your health right now. And that's actually questionnaires. There are actually a number of questionnaires put together by universities all around the world that are trying to look at what's called multiple chemical sensitivity, where some people have reactions to all these different things. Okay, and one of the most researched and most backed by science is, where is it? What I've just about to start using, started using this week, the QEESI, which stands for the Quick Environmental Exposure and Sensitivity Inventory. I will actually put a link in the description so you can actually just go and download this questionnaire and fill it in. It's very easy to do, and it does help highlight the amount of toxicity in your body and whether you're really sensitive to toxins. Although what we really do know from what all the science is saying, and there is so many scientific papers now that show how bad this is getting, everyone's pretty much toxic. So there we go. That's all I wanted to say today, is basically go and download the QEESI questionnaire and assess yourself. And for those that are in my private Facebook group, I will be going through more things on energy that I won't be talking about here, because it's, just for certain reasons I won't be talking about it in public, just in the private group. And also this Friday in the private group, I'm going to be talking about fats and oils, all the good ones to take, or why you might want to take one over another. So if you are interested in being in the private Facebook group, PM me. And I'll let you know how to get in and what all the benefits are. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and for everybody in my 365, I'll be there in a moment. Be well, everyone.